Hello, I'm Amy Illich. I am the founder of Senna Studio, and this is a video on how to begin with Squarespace. So a beginner tutorial on how to get started on Squarespace. I help small business owners get visible, get online with their website, with their branding, and getting set up with online tools such as Squarespace, Canva, Flowdesk. So a brief overview of what this tutorial will cover. What is a website and its benefits? Why choose Squarespace? Setting up your website, choosing a domain and choosing your template, and then customizing with colors, fonts, and layout. Let's get stuck in. What is a website? And why do you want one? What are the benefits? So it's an online home. It's a place where your ideal customers are going to be landing on your page online, and they're going to be making a rash, brash, quick decision whether they like you or not and whether they feel at home in your online space. So the above the fold design usually is your navigation, your logo, maybe a color, might be a photo, and it has your tagline. So I'll go a little bit into tagline below. So you need to make that amazing. And then your website needs to follow through with consistency after that. So it's an online home and it's a place to host all of your offerings. You might have a YouTube channel, a podcast, a blog. You might have 3 courses and one-to-one offers. And you want to show the world what you offer on your website, all in one place, clearly and succinctly, so people can choose to work with you easily and don't get caught up in decision fatigue. So you're leading them through things intuitively. And it's also a really amazing place to use the tool of SEO, search engine optimization. This is where Google trawls your website for all your keywords. And the more you use them in your blogs and in your offerings, the more Google trusts you and sends you people, basically. You are catching more people into your world there's just millions of people searching for the topics that you are offering, and you want to be gathering them passively through your content, through through your website, rather than the small community of people that we have around us. Yes, that is another reason why a website is an amazing thing to have. Okay, why choose Squarespace? So Squarespace is such an easy platform to use for a website builder. There are so many website builders now. So again, the decision fatigue is hard and it really helps with procrastination. So I would say choose Squarespace. It's worth every penny. It's got a new builder now that's called Fluid Engine, which is a drag and drop, which is what most people know how to use. That's what Canva is. I dabbled in Showit because it was drag and drop and people were talking about it and loved it. But basically now that Squarespace has drag and drop, it's a winner, like a no-brainer, because you also have the blog. Some people say that the blog on WordPress is better. Not true. There's many research that says it's not true. So it's got the blog. It's a one-stop shop. You can have everything. You can have a shop, blog, courses, community, everything. Okay, so setting up your website. So the first thing you're going to do is sign up to Squarespace. You're going to set up a Squarespace account. First, it will be free. And then once you build it, your trial will last between 2 to 6 months. Usually it's 2 weeks if you're just new to Squarespace. And then you will buy the plan after that to use your website. So just go onto Squarespace and log in. Second thing would be choosing a domain name. So a domain name needs to be short and snappy, memorable, has to do something with your business. And it's the name of your business, hopefully. A lot of .coms are already used, but .co is still fine to use for SEO. If you can get .com and you're a worldwide business, that's ideal. If you want to be specific to your country, that's also good. And you can do a bit more research on that. I would go to GoDaddy or Squarespace and just type in a load of names and see what's available. And if you're lucky, you might get it first time around, which is great. I suggest buying it on Squarespace. Sometimes it is a little bit more expensive, but you, again, just cutting corners, making it easier for yourself to get your website out there. You don't have to do any waiting, any transferring. It's just click of a button and you're connected. So I'd always recommend buying a domain on Squarespace. So I'm going to go into customizing your template. So we're going to start with a template. Squarespace has a bunch of beautiful templates that's really specific for what maybe you do. So you might be a coach, you might be a shop owner, you might be a restaurant, and you choose the right template for you, and then you go in and you put all your copy in there. Copy is a whole new other thing, and I do help a little bit with that, but this is predominantly just to get you set up with your website. So the first thing we're going to do is find a template. Okay, so when you land on Squarespace, normally the homepage is templates anyway, because that's where they want you to start. There's plenty of templates to choose from, and you could go on and on looking at all these beautiful templates. I get lost in them. And obviously you're going to be customizing these to your brand. So I have a course on finding your colors and your seasonal brand archetype. It's a free 3-day video email course, and you can sign up to that below. And I really recommend you do that so that you've got your colors there, what kind of fonts you're going to go for, and you can just get started with the website. Okay, say that you're a coach. You will go to personal services and then choose from one of these. There's so many, you can go through all of them, but one of the ones that I really love and I would like to use for this tutorial. So I really love this brand Audice. I've got a video on choosing templates on YouTube. I'll link it below if you want a bit more of an idea of how to choose a template. I've also got another video on spring archetype and which templates are for the spring archetype, and I will be doing more for summer, autumn and winter. So that will help you also. So look out for that. So say you're a coach, and I'm going to choose this one. You preview it first just to see if you like it. View demo site. And look how beautiful it is. It's just stunning. And obviously it's going to look so different when you put in your photography. You could probably keep the same fonts if you like them so that you make it really easy for yourself. But once you put in your colors and your photography, it's going to look different. But it's just such a good starting point. So here you'll put your name, and here you'll put the things that you work with, and then a call to action immediately. So that will be work with me, and then you'll be linking it to your contact page or Acuity, which is a scheduling page. Up here you've got your navigation, and then this is for a spring brand. Okay, so it's quite fun, it's quite light, it's very approachable. And then here you'll say what your coaching method is or your values. Maybe you have a course coming up or a free webinar. This could be your Instagram, and so you can add your Instagram newsletter. And then down here is a really simple footer. Again, you can customize any of these. So this is just a starting point. If we want to use this, we would go back and we would start with this design. So here you will want to put in the name. So say you were Pops Noons, and then it'll tell you all the things that you can do. So it'll give you some tips. I'm not going to show you that. And then you are started. So how you would start, you would first start with changing your colors and your fonts. So you go into design on your dashboard, you go to site styles, and then you can change your font. So you can play around with how it looks on your website directly. So I really love their font because they've chosen it for a reason. So Menno Banner, really nice. And if you want to switch, so we just need to remember what it is. If you want to switch, so it's a mixed one at the moment. They've got serif for the main header font, which has got these tails, and it's got sans serif for the sub-heading fonts, the paragraph fonts, which is quite nice. So you could go for, so see how different the vibe is with different fonts. Let's see. So you've got this one, like really, they're very different styles. And obviously the layout will be different because some of them are going to be bigger, some of them are going to be smaller. Now I'm going to go with the other one because I love it, and so I'm going to just discard changes. Discard. Okay. I'm going to go back to site styles, but that's how you change the font. And then I'm going to change the colors. So again, I've done another video on colors, so go see that. I'll put the link underneath. But what you need to do is you need to have 2 light colors, 2 dark colors, and 1 bright accent color. So you need the darkest one up here, the second darkest up here, the lightest up here, and the second lightest up here, and then the accent color here. And then they will generate a color palette for you. And so then you can change different things. So you could change this background to that one, and then they would have set all these different style settings for you. You know that your text will be a different color, your highlights, your buttons, everything will be different in each section. So you can play around a lot with that, and obviously you can customize those as well, but you want to make it as easy as possible for you. Once you've chosen your colors, you save that. Now, if you've got a logo, you can add in a logo. So you edit. If you don't have a logo, I like to leave just the typography up here. But if you do, you edit a header, and you go to site title and logo, and then you add in a logo and it'll pop up in here. And then you would also do the same for the mobile. So then you're ready to start typing things in. So all you do is you edit. So now you're editing the home page now. So the home page is going to be the pop and noons. So you'd literally just click into the box and you would highlight pops and noons, and so they've made this to fit to the box. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So basically, if this wasn't fitting to the box, this would be as big as header 1. But because they've done this, it will fit the whole box, whatever you put on one sentence. If I shift and return that, so not just return, shift and return it, do you see how it still fits into the box? So we can make it big, we can make it smaller, shift return, shift delete, back to noons. I quite like it big, so I'm going to do pops and noons, and then I would add what I do, and then I'd add an image. So here I would double click it, I'd replace it, and I upload a photo. So it could be this one. And now again, I love fitting the photo to the box because it just looks really smart and easy to work with layout. So they've already done that, but I'm going to show you how to do that. You click on it once, click on this little pencil and go to design, and then it's fit. Do you see how there's that space there? So it gets the whole photo in, but fill, it takes out some of the photo, but it fills it. It means that we can really make it big and small, and it'll stay to proportion. So I really like that. And then I'm going to go through all of this and change it. So I might want to change the color, the background color of this. So what I would do is I'd go to edit section, I'd go to color, I'd change it to red, for instance, or maybe I'd change it to white, see how that looks, maybe black, see how that looks. I quite like that because it all stands out. And then I might want to change the content. So I go to edit content and I go to content here. And so the items are the images. So for instance, this is the first one, focus. So you click into it, you add in an icon, the title is focus, and then the description is here. So it's a really nice way of adding. You could add in another one and that would be more squashed. You could add in 2 more and that would be even more squashed. This could be another place to put like partners that work with you or places you've been featured in a magazine and things like this. So I would always be saving as I go along because you never know what happens with technology. So it's save, and then I'd go back into editing. So buttons, how you would work with buttons is you double click it and then you'd write whatever you want the call to action be here. And then here you'd go into this gear icon. You'd either put in the direct web address that you want to link it to, or you link it to a page, which is great, or an email or a phone, but I mostly use web address and page. You have a choice of primary, secondary and tertiary buttons. I do have a video on that as well, just to keep it simple, keep them primary and keep them consistent. They're already styled here, so you can just keep going. So let's just have a look at what this is. So I actually don't know what this is. So it's very easy to see. So edit gallery. So they've obviously put in a gallery. So it's just purely a gallery. So you can just put in gallery. You could also put in an Instagram live reel on here. And then this is the newsletter that they've hooked up. And this is a Squarespace one, but you can code in easily a Flowdesk one, which I really recommend. And I've also got a video on that. To edit the footer, you just literally go into the footer, and then here they've made it super simple. So you just go in there and they're all linked to the different pages, and so you just have to change them to your pages. Every website has to have a terms and conditions. I've also made a video on that, and the resources that you can get a free one. It's a legality that you need and a privacy policy. Okay, so once you've done that and you've put all your information in, you click save. And I would recommend doing lots of other things. That is what you would learn in my full Build Your Website course. But I would put in a browser icon. I've done a video on creating a favicon, both in Figma and Canva, and then you would upload it here, and that is basically what, now you can't see this on this video because I've cropped it, but the tabs at the top all have these little icons, and so when everyone's got all these loads of tabs open, you'll be able to see your one because it will pop out. I would also do basic SEO. So I would go and I would do marketing, SEO, appearance, and then that would be my how I appear on Google. So I would, you can go through an SEO checklist here, but I would go through here and I would put in a title that I want to appear as, and then an SEO site description. So a really short description, 50 to 300 characters. So that would be the main page, the home page. And then I'd go through every single page and I would SEO very basically each page. So I'd go to course, I'd go to this gear icon, I'd go to SEO, and I do the same. So this is courses, and then this would be about my courses, and then it just means that there's more chance of being seen. So that is a very quick overview of getting started on Squarespace. It really is simple, and once you start, you can then refine and you can add bits on and you can find new bits. And I'm here to really take you through the whole process of building a website, but this is just for you to get started and to just take the overwhelm away from you, because it really is quite simple and really fun. So I would suggest first do my 3 free-day video course on finding your seasonal brand archetype and your colors, and that's linked below. Then I would go in and find a template and just get started. Just get started, because you might not even have your copy, but this will get you thinking, okay, what are my offerings? What are my 3 core offerings? What information do I really need people to see about me? So I hope this has been really helpful. Please do watch those videos below. Please and subscribe this video. It really helps to put me out there. Please ask any questions you have in the comments and I will do my very best to reply to you personally. And yes, thank you so much for watching.